Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is to reset your week with focus. I want you to focus on the goals and things and tasks that you have at hand for this week. I want you to narrow down to your top priorities, because there's a couple of things I'll say real quick, It's like when you're trying to do too many things, then nothing get accomplished, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the objective and the goal is for completion. It's for you to work on finishing up tasks that you have at hand. And then moving on to the next thing. You don't want to have too many things open. So my suggestion for this week, people, is for you to reset your week with focus, man. I want you to think about what is the most important actions that you can take this week that's going to set yourself up amazingly for the month of May, because as you're building your life brick by brick, obviously, there's benchmarks and thresholds that you need to meet. So I want you to focus on identifying what are those specific actions that you need to take this week to really set yourself up to win majorly in May and for the rest of the second quarter by the end of June, And I always suggest for you to take things in bite size because I don't want you to never ever overwhelm yourself, So it's like you have to, really focus on the action that's going to yield the most results for this week. That is my suggestion, And that can be for work, for business. It can be in your personal lives, Like one of the things too, people, is like, when it comes to your health, self-development, like, your relationships. I want you to really take the time to figure out on like, okay, what are the specific actions that I need to take this week that's going to yield result or an improvement in any one of those areas I just listed, Because it's like the more you focus on the task that you have to do, people, then the more, productivity or the more results you're going to get out of it, And really and truly, that's all I want to say today, man, is just really focus on the task that's going to yield the most result for you this week. There's always things to do, people. I'm just suggesting today for you to just really narrow your focus on the highest yielding actions that you can take that will bring you the most amount of results. With that being said, people, that's that, man. Shout out to Jamaica, man. As always, the eye of this world. Shout out to the entire continent of Africa, man, who is the mother of this world. And shout out to the rest of the entire Caribbean, man. People, as always, you already know my mandate from God is to basically unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way we do it, people, is by standing united. As I always share, man, united we stand, divided we fall. Every single day, people, I want us all to explore ways on how we can continue to unite. And what is our direct contribution to make that happen? Like what can you do to express your commitment to uniting as a people? You know what I'm saying? So I implore you to go ahead and go figure that out for yourself. And with that being said, man, moving on to the next thing here is that number one, people, my declaration over your life is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three, people, is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that every single day, man, you just work on yourself above all things, Work on growing. Be intentional about growing, people, because I know that as you work on yourself and being extremely intentional about it, I know that you'll yield results, you'll be growing, and most important is you move one step closer towards attaining and accomplishing your goals, people. With that being said, people, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.